Okay, what's up, guys? My name is TMossBoss, and I wanted to let you guys know about Anchor. Anchor is an app that you can download to record your podcast in the easiest way ever. Like, it doesn't require a whole lot to know. Like, you just pretty much press record and you just start doing your podcast and stuff. I don't know what you plan on doing, but you plan on doing something. That's why you're here. So, yeah, download Anchor, or you could go to their website, anchor.fm, and yeah, you could do it straight from your computer too. So yeah, it's easy. They distribute everything to they distribute your podcast to every streaming services like out there, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. Okay, and then you can monetize it, so you're making money off of what you love doing. All right, so people, make sure you do it. Make sure you download Anchor, or you go to their website, anchor.fm. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening. Peace. Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Now, this episode, it's I don't like doing like serious or sad or stuff like that, but eventually at some point in time, I know it's stuff that's going to be asked in the future, so that's why I'd rather, I think that's what I need to start doing, getting all this stuff like out of the way, talking about everything I could possibly talk about, so then in the future, it's nothing but funny things and happy things and positive things and so on. But anyways, in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the day XXXTentacion died, where I was at, overall, how I was feeling, because if y'all don't know, like, I'm a big XXXTentacion fan, been listening to that man. I've been listening to that man's music every day. Every day, or somebody that's like friends with him, but I listen to that man's music probably every day, at least like one song. I'll have to say, yeah, I'm a big fan of him. And I don't even know, like, I never really did that with an artist. Like, an artist I would say I like a lot is Kendrick Lamar. And I remember I would listen to certain songs, like, on repeat of his, but to listen to them every day. Like, I don't remember listening to a Kendrick Lamar song today, yesterday, the day before. Like, it's been a while. So yeah, I'm like, there's artists where I like them a lot, but to listen to them every day, that's crazy. That's seriously crazy. But anyways, so the day he passed away, because I don't know, I just felt like this is a question that will be asked in my future. But anyways, so I was at work, and I remember when I was leaving. When I was leaving, because I had clocked out, heading to the bus stop. And I remember I was like I don't know why, it's just something that sticks out, is that like how I was feeling before I found out the news. But I remember I was like walking out of the building, like I was like laughing at like a joke or something that one of those guys said. And it was just like, I think that's what it was, is that how quick my mood had changed when I had found out what happened. So anyways, yeah, I remember I was like just cracking jokes with my coworkers, walking up out of there, and then I got at the bus stop. And that's something I don't usually do. And now I found myself doing it a lot, just to like check up on news and things, because it honestly, it caught me by surprise when I had seen the news. But I remember I was at the bus stop, and it's something I don't do, but I went on Instagram. And I remember I seen a close friend of XXXTentacion and another rapper, and actually one of my favorite rappers. He's another guy I listen to probably, yeah, every day too. I had to listen to at least one song of his too. But anyways, Ski Mask the Slump Guy. If y'all don't know who he is, go check his music out. But I remember I seen a post from him. And that was the first post that I had seen. And I didn't think anything of it. I just seen the post. And he was saying, like, how much, like, he loved them as a brother and things. And so I thought, like, oh, okay, like, they were just performing with each other and things. So I don't know. Maybe that's just, like, his way of apologizing or something like that. So then I started scrolling some more. And then I think it was either I seen a post or the video that was being shared all over the place. But that's when it had, like, I think I might have seen the post where they was like XXXTentacion shot. And then the next thing I remember seeing, because I seen like 3 posts, and then I think the last post I seen was that XXXTentacion was pronounced dead. And so, yeah, that's when it was like, it threw my mood off. It seriously threw my mood off. I didn't know how to feel. I remember a customer came up to me, and he was talking to me, and I was just like so shocked in what I had seen, because I was like, I was just listening to his music this morning. So like I was saying, like, I listen to his music like all the time, like every day. I was just listening to his music. Like, he had just made a post. I seen that post, and I didn't think, like, you know, when you see a person's post, you don't think like this is gonna be the last time I ever see them post. And so, yeah, I was like, wow, like, what just happened? Like, I'm like, no, yeah, because then when I had seen the video, I think that's what it was. I seen Ski Mask's post, and then I had seen XXXTentacion pronounced dead, and then I had seen the video. And pretty much, like, yeah, the video, it's a video that I just tried to avoid that video at all costs now. Because it's a video where I'm like, I know, like, if I keep, like, rewatching it, because I'm like, every time when I see it, I'm like, dang, this is so messed up. Like, I don't know how other people will feel like, but just, like, because I know people are going to say how they feel about, like, artists and things, or it's not that serious. But I feel like if you really, really like this artist's music, something like that, seeing a video of them dead, I feel like that should get to your average person. So, anyways, so I remember the customer at my job, he came up to me and was like talking, and I'm like, sorry, man, like, it's like an artist that I listen to all the time was just like killed and things. And so I would just, like, I don't know, like, I wasn't really accepting it at first. And then I remember I got on the bus. I couldn't even sleep on the bus because I was like, something like that, like, I can't really like sleep and things. And so I remember, I was on the bus and I started listening to his music, and I'm like, dang, like, this is it. Like, this was all the music that he released while he was alive. Like, dang, man. So yeah, I overall was just trying to like figure out like what happened, what was going on, and then of course they say it was a robbery gone wrong. And then, I was like, I got home, and I remember I made a video, because I knew a lot of, like, my fans on YouTube, they knew that I was a fan of him, and so, I made a video. I was like, hey, like, any, that's fans of, like, XXXTentacion, then, you can, like, very well hit me up. And, like, if you're, like, feeling depressed or you need somebody to talk to, like, you can always, like, hit me up in my comments, anywhere. It's still, the offer is still on the table. Like, anybody that's, like, still kind of, like, suffering from this, because even though it happened over a year ago, there's people, like, still upset about this and things. So, I don't know about as upset, but, like, or, like, how they were back then. But I feel like there's people probably still pretty heated about this whole situation, because it was, like, when you sit down and think about it, because I know people are going to probably be all like, if you didn't really follow the story, because I say it was like a robbery gone wrong. So they were trying to take some money on him, and I think a chain, and then, I think once when they grabbed it, then I think they were either struggling or fighting, and I don't know. Like, but they eventually, did shoot and kill him and things. And I'm thinking in my head, like, for what? Like, y'all, my thing is, though, it's like separate from this, but it's just like to anybody out there, why, if you are like a walking human being, you mean to tell me you can't go out and get a job? Like, sit down and think about that. You rather go out and rob somebody than to go and like get a job. Like, now this guy, friends of his, won't be able to talk to him anymore. He won't be able to do what he wants to do anymore because you're out here taking lives. Like, I think that's like the one thing people just didn't really understand. And you have people out there like happy over the fact that he died. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't care who it is. You can't really be happy over the fact that that person died. Like, they're like, my thing, I don't know. I always think along the lines like there's always like a way out of whatever, you're dealing with. But yeah, I'm like, that's just something that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't laugh at the dead. That's something that's like, it's not cool. So Anyways, but yeah, I had made that video, and then it was just like, yes, just seeing all the posts, seeing it trend, seeing all of that stuff. I was like, this is crazy, man. This is like something that's like just super crazy. Like this, like that's something that I never really like dealt with before. Like, I mean, you deal with death and things, but somebody that you like listen to all this like all the time, like you kind of like you idolize them as an artist because you will hope one day like you could sit down and at least spend like a whole day trying to do something that they like created and things. Well, he didn't overall create music, but like just something that he like what? I swear, man, my phone it be going off for the most randomest reasons, like letting me know stuff that I really don't care about. People posting music on SoundCloud, like I don't care. But anyways, yeah, like it's just to like be able to sit down and then do what he did and things, and it's like I feel like in a way like you had to pay like tribute to him, and like if I, because I don't know if I would ever do music like his, I think I would definitely do like the screaming music that he did. Like I don't know about the serious, like I said, like I'm not like really a serious person and things unless I'm like playing a video game and I'm getting mad. But other than that, like for the most part, I'm always the goofy and funny person. So I will probably, yeah, I have to do like some young brats or what was some other sipping tea in your hood. Like I had to do some music like that. But yeah, anyways, but no, his serious music, like not even like trying to sleep on that or say that that music's not good. Like I can, it's crazy. I could sit down and listen to that type of music, like serious music and things, but for me to go out and perform it, like I just, that's something that I don't know, that's a boundary in my life I haven't really like crossed yet. So hopefully one day, but as at the moment, yeah, I'm just a goofy and funny person. But anyways, yeah, that was that day. I know the next day I was like kind of like upset about it, and then I think I know I was happy at the fact that they all had got caught, but I just felt like that I don't know, there should have been more that was done. Like I don't know why, but I was like at the time being, I was like, yeah, I was just wishing that more could have been done, because I'm like, them being caught, like I can't wait for this case thing where like for this trial and all that stuff to start, because I want all four of those guys to get life, all four of them to get life. Doing something like that, then I'm like, yeah, then I know, because they had it where this like some more footage. I think, yeah, it was the security footage that came out, and I don't know too many people know about that, but yeah, the security footage came out. Now I don't know, like viewer discretion is advised, like because I will be talking about the whole thing and what happened. So anyways, like yeah, if y'all can't hear that type of stuff or you can't really listen to that type of stuff, then I apologize. But anyway, so they show where X he walked into this like motorsports dealership, and he was just like shopping, or not, he didn't even, I don't think he bought anything, he was just overall looking around. But he's looking around, and then two of the guys that was a part of his murder, you see them like walk in and they're kind of looking at him, and then you see them like start looking forward, and then you see one of the guys like turn around and look back at him. And so they knew what they were doing. And I guess from what I heard, they went in there, bought some masks for the other two guys, because it was four guys in total that was a part of the whole robbery. So, yeah, they walk in there. And I'm like, my thing is, though, because one of the guys, he tried saying that he didn't know what was going on. Or he was like, I wasn't a part of it and things. And so, but what I don't seem to understand, like, okay, you're saying that, but you were with the guy. You were with all three of the guys. You were with the guy that bought the mask. You were with the other two guys. You seen them. You had to seen them in the car, loading up guns, okay? And then stepping out of the car. Like, you didn't try to, like, say, stop, don't do this. Like, y'all sat in the car. So that's why I'm like, I'm not hearing it with where they're all like, oh, because I'm like, if this is your friend, if these are guys that you know, like, if I don't know, if I seen one of my friends doing that, I will overall try to, like, tell them, like, hey, this ain't, like, don't do this. Like, this is not, like, if you need help, I'll help you, but do not do this. Like, this will not be good for you at the end of the day. So I'm like, if you want to spend the rest of your life in prison, because that's overall what's going to happen when you get caught, don't do this, okay? Do not do this. And so, I don't know, like, I would try to say something like that to a friend, but yeah, overall, like, they just sat in the car and allowed the other two guys to get out, rob, shoot, and kill them and stuff. So anyways, I'm like, yeah, I'm not hearing that. And then that's where it's all like, okay, well, how did he like get killed and things? So for just telling for those that don't really know the situation, but yeah, they drove out in front of his car, blocked him in, so he couldn't really go anywhere. And I guess the way that the that place was set up, there wasn't no other exit. That was the entrance and that was the exit. So there was no possible way for him to like get out of this place. And so anyway, I don't know. Me, I like as soon as I seen what was going on, because I'm like, I don't know. I probably would, if as soon as I seen that car go out in front of me, I probably definitely would have ruined my BMW, because he was driving a BMW and it was pretty lowered to the ground. I would have ruined it. Crashed into their, got a good head start, and they probably, yeah, they might have shot me and things, but I'm like, at least I like went out with like a fight. I mean, he did go out fighting and things, because they were like struggling in the car, then one of the guys shot and killed them. So yeah, it's overall like, it's like just sad just hearing that story. And then it's like, yeah, I mean, it could have been anybody and things. And so I'm like, that's just overall, it's like sad, because it's like, the thing is, as I'm sitting down talking about it, and as I'm sitting down like thinking about it, there's so many stories and cases of stuff like this happening where people get robbed, shot, and killed and stuff. Like, even a friend of mine's back a couple of years ago, or a couple of years prior before that, was he was shot and killed and robbed. And I'm like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, why does this type of stuff need to happen? Like, what's the overall goal? Like, okay, this is gonna like have you settled for like maybe a couple of weeks, few weeks or something, I guess, if you spend the money wisely after selling everything. But after a while, like, then it's like, you're gonna, like, because you keep on doing this, then eventually you're gonna get caught, or you're going to meet your match and this person's like, well, I got a gun of my own, and then they're gonna start shooting. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people, like, stop robbing. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Like, that's what I'm like, when people go out and do this type of stuff, I'm like, it is not worth it. I don't care how much money this person has. I don't care how rich they are. I don't care how much they flex on the internet with all this stuff that they buy. I don't care about that. I would rather be me, free, than to be one of those guys and sitting in jail right now awaiting my trial. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I see people all the time flashing money, flashing like crazy expensive cars and things. That's them. They overall did something that I haven't done yet. So that's why I'm like, when my time like comes and it's like for me to start buying all these crazy expensive stuff, then okay, then it's like, it's my time for me to do that and stuff. But I'm not going to overall take what another person worked hard for, because my thing is, though, he worked hard for the money that they took. I guess the chain that they took. I overall heard it was money, but I don't know. I guess they did say it was a chain that he took too. But the car, everything, even everything like that was with him. So I'm like, he worked hard for all that stuff, and then for it to be taken away from him, I'm like, that's the stuff. I'm like, man, people don't just like, they don't sit down and think about that type of stuff. I'm like, we come from two different worlds. They came from a world where stuff like that, they grew up in that lifestyle, so they're all like, oh, okay, like, this is all I know. But I'm like, me, I don't know. If I know that this is all I know, like robbing and shooting and killing and stuff, and I know that people before me have like done this, and then they've either gotten killed themselves or robbed themselves, or they're in prison because they did it to the wrong people, then that's when I would go out and explore this world and figure out, because I know it's possible for me to know more things. So I'm not going to sit down and live this life anymore. Like, no, if I got to go across this whole world to figure out what I can do with my life and then not get like arrested or sent to prison for the rest of my life, so be it. I don't care. I really don't, but I would. I'm not going to take somebody else's life just because I'm like trying to like make my life a little bit better. It's not worth it. So overall, yeah. It's sad stuff like that needs to happen, but it happens. So anyways, but on a positive note though, like X, he left behind like a lot of good music, and I know people are gonna overall be talking about his cases and stories and stuff, like, him abusing women and things. And my thing is about that, like, I mean, like, not to like say that it's okay, but to like point him out like he's the worst of the worst. Like, so many people do that stuff. There's probably the neighbors in our neighborhood do it, our friends do it, family do it, everybody. So like, and you might even like, yeah, it's like everybody, like, I'm not saying everybody does this, but there's so many people before and after him that has done the same type of stuff that he's done. So that's why I'm like, and plus I'm like, that's another thing with like the girl that they was like claiming that he or beat up and things. So she came out and said that it wasn't him, he didn't do it, and then he came out and said that he did like get some people to beat her up for putting them in an insane asylum, which is bad. Overall, like, yeah, that whole situation was bad. I was talking with a friend of mine about it, and because she lives out in Florida, and that's where all that stuff took place, like with X and then the abuse and things. And she was saying like stuff like that happens all the time out there. It's just like crazy, like people coming from a crazy family meeting together, and then they overall just treat each other like crazy. So it's just like, I guess like if like putting it that way, I'm like, oh, okay, well then it makes sense and things. But I'm like, still though, it's like, you know, it wasn't good. Like, they were both in the wrong for what they did. Because I was like, I think there's like, you're saying that she did some things, he did some things. So overall, yeah, like both parties was like, you know, they wasn't right for what they did. But if that's the life that they know, just even when it's talking about with the whole robbery thing, if that's the life that they know, then it's like they overall like got out of that life, and they like did what I pretty much was telling people to do, like go out and explore, but don't live that life to where it's like it's going to overall put you in a bad spot. So that's my message for everybody. But yeah, rest in peace, XXXTentacion. It's something like, I'm like, man, like over the time though, because I was like, I remember when this situation very first happened, and I was highly upset about it. Because I was like, this is an artist I listen to all the time. And then it's like knowing that, like, now it's like, it's just going to be like old release music and things. I'm like, yeah, it's overall messed up. But anyways, like now it's like somewhere I'm like, you know, it happened. Like, overall the guys got caught. So it is what it is. Can't really like be mad about it anymore. I mean, yeah, over like still like, I don't know. I just reached the point in my life where I'm like, you know, they got caught. So time to, like, you know, something like this can't like really move on from, but it's just time to just, I guess, keep going forward in life. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, listening, however you're viewing this podcast. And yeah, like it's I don't want to end this like with promotions and stuff, but I'm pretty sure y'all know the whole SeatGeek situation. So I don't know. I didn't really want to mention that. I take that back. Like, just watch one of my previous podcast things to know what I'm talking about. I overall want this to be a serious thing. Usually when I do like serious YouTube videos and serious episodes of my podcast, I don't like doing a whole lot of promotional stuff. I just overall want to just end it, get it over with. And yeah, just move on. So anyways, yeah, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.